There are various sources of international law as follows. Main sources: 1. Treaties to custom. 3. Judicial decision for general principle of law recognized by civilized states. 5. Writings of jurists. 6. Equity. 7. Resolutions of the General Assembly. Some other sources. 1. International. D2. State. Paper. 3. State. Paper for their officers. For reason. 5. Equity and justice. 1. Treaties. That present international treaties are the most important source of international. Article 38 1A of the Statute of the International Court of Justice lays down that the court, while deciding any dispute, shall apply international conventions which are expressly recognized by the contesting states. Treaties, therefore, have acquired the dominant importance in international law. Treaties are agreements between two or more states by which they create or intend to create a relationship between themselves. 2. Custom. Custom is the original and the oldest source of international law, and at the time it was the most important among the other sources. Custom is the foundation stone of the modern international law. It was so because a large part of international law consists of customary rules. International custom evolved through the practice and usages of nations and their recognition by the community of nations. Customary rules are referred to those rules which are practiced by most of the states. 3. Judicial decisions. Judicial decision as the source of international law can be discussed in following points. The International Court of Justice. In modern period, International Court of Justice is the main international judicial tribunal. However, it should be noted that the decision of International Court of Justice does not create a binding general rule of international law. The awards of International Tribunal. Awards of International Tribunal such as the Permanent Court of Justice, American Mixed Claim Tribunal, etc. See State Judicial Decision. The state/domestic judicial decision helps in development of international law in some context. Deep juristic work. Although the judicial work can't be treated as an independent source of international law, yet the view of the jurists may help in the development of law. For general principle of law recognized by the civilized nations, Article 38 1C of the Statute of International Court of Justice recognized the general principle of law recognized by the civilized state as the third source of international law. In the modern period, it has become an important source. 5. Writing of jurists. Textbooks or writing of the jurists are one of the important sources of international law. The writings of Ayala, Grotius, Pufendorf, Pinkershock, Vatel, etc. has made undoubted contribution in the development of international law. 6. Equity. The term equity as a source of international law is used in the sense of consideration of fairness, reasonableness and policy often necessary for the sensible application of more settled rule of law. It is to be noted that equity has not been mentioned by the Statute of International Court of Justice as the source of international law. However, it is of great importance in the field where rules are not readily available. The court in such cases cannot refrain itself from rendering justice on the ground that law is silent. 7. Resolutions of the General Assembly. Resolutions of the General Assembly is also one of the sources of international law. though resolutions of the General Assembly of U.N. do not possess legal character and as such are not binding on the states.